Welcome to another makeshift builds video. Today we are trying to recreate the way of the Arcane Fist for the monks in Baldur's Gate 3. Monks that follow the way of the Arcane Fist see a twofold path to true enlightenment. The first is through meditation to understand oneself's spirituality. The second is through study and research to understand the universe intellectually. Way of the Arcane Fist monks utilize magic as well as their martial arts. And to recreate this in Baldur's Gate 3, I have a more easy build that is more synergistic and better for beginners and new players. And then I have a more advanced build that's not synergistic, but sticks true to the way of the Arcane Fist more and provides you with more magic. But the stats are a little wonky. Let's start with the easier one. The race I find to be best for this would be a half-orc, just for their racial stats, their ability to get criticals with their attacks, and also to differentiate between the harder race that we pick for the second version of this build. But really you could pick any race that suits your flavor and RP. Same thing with the background. Choose what your playstyle is better. But any background can work for this. I prefer more persuasions and speech checks, but with other backgrounds you might be better at intimidation, insight, and the choice really is yours. But here is what you need to pick to follow this path. To start out, you want to do level 1 monk, and then when you get to level 2, hop right into Druid, so you could start using spells right away. But after that, you want to get to level 4 monk, so you get your feat choice and choose whatever feat you want. Usually it's the ability increase. But after level 4 monk, you can go deep into Druid. What this does is it gives your monk spell casting abilities, also shape-shifting, which is pretty cool. You're going to be fast on your feet, good initiative, good mobility, and also the ability to get up close and personal with your enemies, beat them up, and also hit them with a lot of magic. Your ability points should be spread like this. I believe 10 strength, 17 dexterity, 14 constitution, 8 intelligence, 16 wisdom, and 10 charisma. Now, you could drop down the charisma and put those extra 2 points wherever your playstyle could go. But because I want to do persuasion, I got that neutral 10 in charisma, so we have no negatives. This is synergistic because the druid uses wisdom and the monk uses wisdom. When you're picking spells, you want to always pick towards elemental moves, attack moves. You don't want to use the druid's heals. You don't want to use anything that will waver from being a martial artist with magic. Remember, you're not a healer. Save that for a cleric. Now the next build is going to utilize Githyanki. And the reason we're picking Githyanki is because they have even more superior movement. They can jump extreme distances, they can move really good. They have good bonuses in martial weapons and armor that you may or may not utilize being a monk. Probably not, because you want to get all their unarmored bonuses. But you still have this ability if needed. But the main thing is the ability of the Githyanki to get bonuses on their rolls, on any ability that they choose between rests. So you'll use this to boost up your wacky ability mixes, because they're going to be spread a lot thinner because we're not going with a synergistic druid for wisdom. And for this build that's more difficult, less synergistic, I chose the sorcerer, to give your monk the meta magic abilities, the good spread of magic that you can choose for your Way of the Arcane Fist playthrough. But again, these makeshift builds are to inspire you, to also add your own flavor. On paper, it would make more sense to go wizard, because the Way of the Arcane Fist, they're studying the universe intellectually, and that whole study thing signifies wizard. And wizard will give you access to interchangeable spells between battles. That may be amazing. And to achieve this build, With the Sorcerer, you want your stats to look like this. 8 Strength, 16 Dexterity, 13 Constitution, 8 Intelligence, 15 Wisdom, 14 Charisma. Very odd spread, and it is going to make the game more difficult. Some people want that. The reason we dropped our strength down to 8 with that negative bonus is because the Githyanki can boost the rolls with their racial ability, and we will probably be using that on strength all the time. Your monk uses wisdom, your sorcerer will use the charisma. You want to get to level 4 monk, and then that leaves you with 8 levels to go into sorcerer. By the end of this, you will be a martial art, fist pumping, fireball throwing, and wind kicking warrior. You will have extreme ability to get around the battlefield with multiple dashes from your monk, teleports from your sorcerer, all sorts of magic, attacks. You will be devastating. The background for this guy, I picked noble personally because I want to do persuasion, but again, you could pick whatever you want. And with the Githyanki, you will have superior battlefield mobility, being able to leap across the battlefield, rush across the battlefield, and teleport with the sorcery. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Is this a build you would try? Are you looking for more challenge? Are you going to use the second version of this build with the Githyanki and the wacky ability points? Or the more synergistic version that uses the wisdom of the monk to tie that in with the druid to give you the spells you need for the attacks that you want to perform? Hit that thumbs up button, it helps me out tremendously. It's free, and you guys can help me do that. Also, subscribe to the channel for more awesome video game videos, tutorials, guides, and quirky games you've never heard of. Obviously, Baldur's Gate 3 is not one of them, because everyone's heard of it. And I will see you on the next video. Thank you for watching.